I'd $1 for every time someone asked me how many instruments I play. I could probably buy another instrument. Hey everyone, it's Sarah, and it is summer 2025 as I am recording this video. If you're watching this video in real time, I hope you're having a great summer. I am busy in wedding and festival season, so there's a lot of instruments that are moving all around my house, coming and going, and I thought I would make this video to answer this age-old question of how many instruments do you play, / how many instruments currently reside in my house. Stay tuned for more, and I hope you like and subscribe to stay in touch. The first instrument I'm going to show you right now is my Casio Privia. I am not going to do any playthrough demos. If you want to hear how they sound or want to know more about them, please indicate what instrument you want to hear in the comments section, and I'll go through and make some more extended videos on each instrument, and then I'll come back and link it into this video. Here's the Casio Privia. I always wanted to play the piano. That was the first memory of wanting to have music in my life, and I did not get that chance really to play almost at all until I was well into high school and really college, when I went to music conservatory studying classical music, and my main instrument was the oboe, and because I had such limited proficiency on piano, needed some remedial help, and we had some keyboard classes. That's a topic for a whole other video. But I do have to play the piano from time to time for gigs, and I definitely use it a lot in my music classroom. So this is an instrument I really love. The specific Casio Privia does almost everything I want it to do. It has one critical flaw in its build, but you're going to have to request a video for me to reveal that. So we're just going to pivot slightly through all the music stands and such to my son's drum kit. I'm going to publicly shame him for not practicing enough because he's so talented. Sometimes he and my daughter who plays the bass, come down here and jam. It's really inspiring to watch your kids. They're at a level now where they sound really, really good. So on this side of the room is nearly everyone else. I said nearly. When we moved into this house, this was supposed to be our music room. It's in the basement here. It's carpeted, and on the other side of this basement area is kind of like the kids' rec room and my sewing room. So we had this designated spot. My harps lived here, and it was all okay until my children made friends. The friends started coming over. Mysteriously, one of my harp strings broke. Things stay in cases now, and my harps live somewhere else. Let's open them all up and see what we have. I feel really kind of seen here with everybody out. We're not done, but anyway, let's just get started. The black guitar, that's my Yamaha transacoustic guitar, and I love that guitar. I use it in a lot of my teaching, my school performances, my songwriting. I'm primarily a rhythm guitar player, but this thing is just beautiful. Want to hear it? Make a comment below and maybe I'll play it for you. The next instrument is Johanna fretless bass ukulele. Most of the time it gets played by my bass player friends when we do ukulele jams, but it's really fun to play. This crazy friend was a gift from my husband for my 50th birthday. It's a handmade Emerald Guitars harp ukulele, carbon fiber. Pretty extraordinary. I just brought it up closer so you could see. Look at that. Gorgeous. Want to hear that one? You're going to have to comment in the comment section and maybe I'll play it for you. Here we have a baritone ukulele. I can't remember. Ortega. It has the most beautiful sound. The only complaint I have is it doesn't actually have a pickup, but you know, that's not the worst thing. More ukuleles. So this is Lanakai 8-string ukulele. I play this a lot, both at school and with my band, the Grifters, mandolin sound. So I play the fiddle and I play this. And rather than, well, I don't have a mandolin, but that's probably the first reason I don't play. But this will really simulate a mandolin sound nicely, I feel. And then back here is one of the first ukuleles I ever got. It is a Lanakai also, and this is a concert ukulele. So that was a tenor, and something's missing. No, maybe not. This is a tenor. Okay, so we have our bass, baritone, 2 tenors, and here's a concert ukulele. And there are 2 ukuleles missing, but my kids play them, so they're upstairs. Need an intervention. And then over here is kind of out of the camera is one last ukulele because who doesn't need a banjo lele? So that's super fun. We move on to our violins. This is my acoustic violin, and I have a real love story about how I came to finally play this instrument and get this specific violin. You'll have to ask me more about that. And then just this December, I treated myself to an electric violin when I started playing with the Grifters. True confession, this was purchased from the electric violin shop specifically because of the color. In basement lighting, you can't quite see, but when I play this outside, it's just incredible. And that is all the things with strings at the downstairs level. Let's go upstairs. Okay, so now we're upstairs in the sitting room. This is really a special sanctuary for me. When I was a kid, I had a really good friend who had a room like this. It was like the room where the grown-ups went and sat, right? The kids didn't hang out in that space. The piano lived there. My friends practiced there, and on special occasions, we kids, who were studying music, we would go and give little recitals to the parents who would sit and listen. So it was like a little salon, and I have a very special memory about that. Here, that's this room. It's where I give my lessons. It's really the harp room. I'm sitting on a cajon, which I'm not going to show you because it would be weird, the camera angle, but sometimes I play cajon, and I use it as my bench for when I'm playing this harp because I can do interesting effects where I have a microphone and a looper just for the cajon, and I can set some rhythm patterns and then go on and play the harp music. I have a pedal board. I have some certain special effects that I like to use with the harp, the violin, and let's see what other instruments are here. This is a Merlin R harp. And Rick Rubarth, who is the harp maker, has retired, so I consider myself really privileged and honored to have one of these harps, and very lucky that it presented itself to me when there were plenty of harps to choose from. The next harp in the queue is the DHC-32 Camac electric harp, and this is super fun. You can wear it on your body with a harness, which I typically don't do, but it is electric, and you can do all sorts of really cool sounds with it. And you can do anything a regular harp can do as well. And yeah, if you want to hear that one, you also need to link in the comments. So this is a Stony End Evensong, and it's built as a therapy harp. This one has some really gorgeous, if I can get it in here, gorgeous artwork. This is a 26-string Gothic harp. Such a beautiful, sweet sound. Very portable. I'll usually take this harp when I'm traveling to keep my fingers fresh, and I don't need to take anything big. And now, presenting the latest edition, and it's got to be the last harp, this is the Lion and Healy pedal harp. It's 40 strings. It's called 85 XP, so extended petite. It's a petite harp with an extended soundboard. So it has a really big, beautiful sound. It's made out of mahogany. Let's see if I can. It's a pretty amazing story how I came to be lucky enough to get this harp. And you'll also have to just ask me to tell you more about it. I feel like any of these instruments I can. Oh, you want to hear it, don't you? I don't know if it's in tune. I didn't tune her today. Doesn't even matter sometimes. It's beautiful, huh? All of these harps are gorgeous, and they all have their special place and time to shine, much like us. If there's any instrument you'd like to hear more of or learn about how they came to live in my home, drop a comment, and have a great summer, everybody. Go play some music. Seriously, I'm not kidding. I gotta go start practicing. So I almost forgot. It's a little crazy. These are the remnants of a bygone era. That sounds weirdly nostalgic, I don't know. But this baby is, how do I say how many years and practice hours and, frankly, pain and suffering, tendinitis, oppressive conductors, conservatory teachers, and some of the most glorious orchestral music and best friends I could have ever had. A whole world opened up to me because of this instrument. Not pictured and not with me any longer is the clarinet. And the clarinet was my first instrument. Again, not by choice, but that's what I learned how to play. And because I wanted to play music so badly, I practiced all the time. I got pretty good. By the time I was in middle school, my teacher switched me to this, seemingly randomly. And this is the vehicle for what I consider my way out. And I spent many years trying to be as good a musician as I could on this instrument because it seemed like that was my fate, this oboe. So I did a lot with orchestras, and I wound up doing music theater. And most people who do music theater have to play more than one instrument, especially if you're a reed player. So at that time, I would play clarinet, oboe, English horn, sometimes saxophone, and flute. So the flute survived. The flute and the oboe have survived the moves, and they're still in my house. I teach them, and I'll play them a lot of times with singer-songwriters. They want an instrument on a song, sometimes still chamber music and orchestras and weddings. These instruments come out. But to be perfectly honest, the things with strings are what win out most of the time these days. Maybe in the future that shall change. Who knows? I bet you're dying to hear what this sounds like, right? You're going to have to comment. I want to see how many comments this oboe gets. How many? Seriously, I'm not kidding. I got to start practicing.